haircut. My hair is starting to go lopsided. Hey guys, welcome back to Teatime Tuesday. Before our regularly scheduled entertainment, just have two channel announcements. Number one, after careful consideration, I'm reducing the number of videos from 5 videos or every single weekday down to 3 videos, and we are going to keep the segments Teatime Tuesday, Wildcard Wednesday, and Friday. Friday will be a summary wrap-up day, and it'll be more laid back. The reason I chose this arrangement is because after asking some of my friends and viewers, we believe that maybe a video every single day is a little too overwhelming for my viewers, and as a result, not everyone who has subscribed clicks on my videos, and I think it's a shame because, I thought you guys liked me. Just kidding. Nah, the real reason is I treated this kind of like a full-time job, Monday through Friday. I feel that not every single video could be its best potential. If I reduce it down to 3 times a week, I can increase the quality of the videos while having fun myself. I mean, I can handle making a video every single day, but of course not every single video that I put out in that case would be exciting per se. So in this new arrangement, I'll get 2 of my own days back. Monday, which usually is my busier day, and Thursday. And using this time, I can finally have some of my own time to improve the quality instead of just pumping out videos, let's just say. Change number 2, because it's tax season, I did some accounting and checked out how much I've spent over the last 2 months. I spent way too much, just be honest. Not saying I didn't enjoy it, but I'm just stating the facts and how I see it. So, we're pulling out the big guns. As of this moment, I'm working on a partnership, a secret partnership, to where we can maybe use the YouTube in a more monetizable way, even if it's not through YouTube. And as a result, it can justify my spending in the future. So stay tuned for that. I know it's vague, but just trust me on this. Alright, let's get started. Let me set the scene for you first. The year is 2018. I had just completed my first year at U of C, and it was now the summer. So I had spring and summer classes, and in my spring classes I met this girl and we started dating. She really believed in helping the world through her actions, no matter how small, and that's just what she believed in. After we started dating, she wanted to do kind of like couple activities that also help people in some way, but I was really busy and she didn't have any summer classes. So she recommended that we go and try donating blood. I had never done it before, so I didn't even know what blood type I was. So I was excited. And back then, I was really into the gym. Well, you guys surely know that I'm a gym enthusiast. I always tell people that I've been in the gym for over 10 years, which is true because I started first year of high school. But I feel like I didn't really get really in tune with working out and building my body until university. At that point, I had full access to a gym 24/7 at my convenience, and I was in there 2-3 hours a day. And back then I was pretty skinny. I say around 140 pounds, same height as I am currently. And I describe myself as being just a skinny dude, but I was working to put on some muscle, But at the same time, I wanted to be lean and fit. So that was when I still did cardio, I think. And because I had just started getting really serious into the gym, I started looking at diets, and I noticed that in my mom's cooking, I eat a lot of rice. And I started to blame the rice for, the last bits of body fat that just will not go away. So in the summer, that summer specifically, I started to really dial in and just went with no carbs. I got my sustenance through protein, fats. I guess that's it. Yeah, and like vegetables. So I was on this diet of just no carbs, or as low as carbs as possible. And I felt fine, I wasn't hungry. It does feel like it was working. I was really thinning out and my vascularity was going crazy. And all the while I'm maintaining my cardio and going to the gym, and I felt great. In the summer we booked our appointment. It was at some random place. It's called the Emerald Inn or something, and they were holding a blood drive. It was on a weekend, and I was really excited. It is a nice thought that your blood could potentially help somebody who really, really needs it. And blood is just one of those things that is always in short supply, because when someone gets into a serious accident, they don't just use one donation, they use multiple people's blood in order to try to help them recover, right? So I think the appointment was at 2 p.m. I wasn't really familiar with where Emerald Inn was, and I said I would meet my girlfriend there. So I got off on the wrong side of the road, and I had to basically run for, I think, 1.5 kilometers to get to where the blood donation place was. So when I finally got there, I was a little out of breath, but I don't think that affects donating blood. And we sit down, we go through the questionnaire. I'm suitable to donate blood. At this point, I think I was 18 or 19. I think I was just turning 19. And you need to be 17 years old to donate blood. But everything else on the questionnaire, it was very straightforward. I was clearly qualified. So as I'm filling out the questionnaire, I see the nurse. They draw some blood from my finger. They, pull, I think, a little bit of blood for testing. Yeah. It's been so long that I don't quite remember. It's been 7 years ago. Anyways, I get through all the pre-screening. My ex back then also got through it all. We were chatting, excited. And the nurse looked at me and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're all good to go." And I asked her, I was like, "Does being on a special diet affect my ability to donate blood?" She's like, "No, you should be fine." So we sit down on the chairs. Nurse is like, "Relax, you're gonna feel a pinch. That's just the needle going in." But she looked at my vascularity and she was like, "But you'll be totally fine." And when I sat down, I noticed something, which was that the room that I was in was very cold. Obviously, they intentionally did that, so all the blood that they collected would not spoil, right? But since then, I've donated probably close to 20 times, at least 15, and none of the rooms that I go to were that cold. And I don't know if it's because it was the temperature or my special diet, but my veins, after they initially inserted the needles, just started to withdraw into my body. So I could barely see my veins that are normally popping out all the time. And they collected the test blood, theoretically it was smooth sailing from then. But then I've been sitting there for 10 minutes and my blood was coming out very, very slowly. And I had hydrated that day, I had done everything they recommended, but my blood just refused to come out of my body. It was like, your body needs this blood more than whoever you're trying to donate it to. So the machine starts beeping because when the blood flow slows, I think the machine detects it, and to prevent coagulation, they start trying to like help me go faster. And the one thing I kept telling them was like, I feel cold. I'm not dizzy or anything, but I just feel cold. Can I just, I don't know, have a lot of blankets? But by that point, it was a little too late. Like 25 minutes had gone by and I hadn't even done a quarter of the blood that they needed. You know, the girl I was with at the time, she finished in like 15 minutes. And so she was there trying to like help me warm up, trying to feed me food, trying to do whatever it takes, but nothing was working. In the end, the nurses called it and they're like, I'm sorry, but unfortunately this time you were not able to donate any blood. And I was just like, are you joking me? I went through all that to not even donate. They saw my disappointment. They were like, it's okay. The little bit of test blood we drew, we can at least let you know your blood type. So the silver lining of that story was 2 weeks later, I found out that I was O positive. O means you can donate to like everybody, but the positive means that you can only donate to other people who are positive. But yeah, after that, I learned my lesson. I was like, this carb diet, this low carb diet is not sustainable. And from then on, I stopped the idea of extreme dieting. To this day, I don't do macro counting or anything. And I think my life is way better as a result. Sure, I could get better short-term results if I just count every calorie. But that incident actually scarred me. I don't think it was because the room was cold. I'm sure it was a factor, but I think the real reason was my low carb diet. Like, my blood was just not pumping for some reason. And going back, like when the whatever little blood flowed out of my body, it hurt. Like my muscles hurt that day from the blood leaving them. So yeah, lesson learned. Make sure to eat your carbs. Carbs are not your enemy. You need it for energy. Just don't overdo it. The strategy that I took on is, most recently I took this on, is for breakfast and dinner, I try not to have any carbs, aka rice. But for lunch, I just eat however much carbs is needed to satiate me. And the reasoning is, I feel that at nighttime you're not doing any activity, so your basal metabolic rate is really low. So all of the carbs that are free flowing in your system would just likely get converted into fat. But that being said, carbs are not your enemy, so don't treat them as such. As long as they're in proportion to everything else you're eating, you should be totally fine, even if you don't know all your macros of carbs to protein to fat ratio. But yeah, that time really scared me, and I thought there was something wrong with me. But after I got back on a normal diet, I was just fine. I donated blood 15 times after that. It felt good every single time. Like, after I started eating carbs, I think the first time I went back, I finished in 11 minutes, and then it just felt faster and faster every single time after that. Now, the reason I stopped donating is actually because there was one time where I exercised really intensely at the gym that morning. That the appointment was in the afternoon. I went, donated blood, everything was fine. But for a week after, I had never been that sore in my life. Whoever received my blood that day got like some super recovery juice in there. Like, if that patient was terminally ill, their sickness would have been healed by my blood. And because I do go to the gym so much regularly nowadays, I'm almost scared to donate blood because it would just completely destroy my recovery. That being said, I highly recommend everyone to at least think about donating blood. It's a small sacrifice, of your time and blood, but you have the potential to save someone's life. So go donate blood. You know, if nothing else, find out your blood type for the future. It's kind of cool. I always thought it was weird how O positive is one of the most common blood types, but somehow it can donate to everyone. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just thinking about it, I'm like, if, for example, I'm O positive and I marry someone who's like AB, how does your blood type not become like, I mean, your offspring's blood type not become A or a B or a, you know? Because the O would be recessive, right? It would be BO, and then the B would be dominant. And wouldn't that make it more common for everyone to have AB or A or B types of blood in the world? I don't know. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Go donate. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye. Eating fish oil and creatine. This is the workout for today. Just did back. Very straightforward. Hope you guys enjoyed that story time. I feel much better knowing that I can be more on my own schedule, and it might bring better results in the future. So thanks for understanding. Hey yo, walking home from the gym, testing the mic in my headphones to see if they work when I'm recording. Calgary weather, am I right? Today all the snow has basically melted. Still kind of chilly, but much better than yesterday. Dropped off 4 packages today, and my left leg started hurting, like where my calf is. My right heel has started to feel better, but why is it always my lower body that gets some kind of injury? Hurts to walk. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video and are okay with the channel update. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.